my master. You asked me to make this video. I'm so sorry that I've been such a horrible girlfriend.
There was once a mother who sacrificed everything for her sick daughter. A daughter who was fighting serious diseases like leukemia, who could not walk, who needed help to survive. People called it a story of love. But what if this story was built on lies? Dee Dee Blanchard was known as a strong and caring single mother. Her daughter, Gypsy Rose, had been sick since childhood. She was said to suffer from leukemia, muscle disorders, seizures. Gypsy used a wheelchair. She looked weak, fragile, and completely dependent. Dee Dee had even left her job just to take care of her daughter full-time. Hospitals became their daily life. Medicines, treatments, doctor visits. This was their normal. As people heard their story, help started coming from everywhere. Charities, NGOs, even big organizations stepped in. They received donations, free medical support, and even a house to live in. People wanted to help this brave mother and her sick child. To the world, they were an inspiration. But there was something unusual in their past. Before moving here, they lived in another place. A hurricane had destroyed their home. Everything was lost. Documents, records, medical history. Whenever any doctor asked about Gypsy's past, Dee Dee had the same answer. We lost everything in the storm. And just like that, questions ended. Dee Dee was not just any mother. She had worked as a nurse. She knew medical terms, symptoms, and how to explain illnesses perfectly. Whenever a doctor asked questions, she had the exact answers. She described symptoms so clearly that no one doubted her. Everything sounded real. Everything felt true. But sometimes, the perfect story hides the biggest lie. Not everyone was fully convinced. There was one doctor who started noticing small problems. Gypsy's condition did not fully match the symptoms. Some reports didn't make sense. Something felt wrong, but he never spoke openly. Why? Because Dee Dee was already well known. People trusted her. She had support from charities and the public. If he accused her without proof, no one would believe him, and it could damage his career. So, he stayed silent. While the world saw a sick girl, Gypsy started to see something else. She began to feel that maybe she was not as sick as she was told. She could move. She could feel strength. But every time she questioned it, her mother shut her down, strictly. What looked like care was actually control. But behind closed doors, Dee Dee was not the loving mother the world believed her to be. If Gypsy refused to take her medicines, she was punished. Sometimes she was beaten. Sometimes she was not given food for days. She was controlled in every way. Even during doctor visits, Gypsy was not allowed to speak freely. Dee Dee would answer every question herself. She never let Gypsy tell her side of the story. And then, there was something even more disturbing. Dee Dee would shave Gypsy's head completely. She told everyone, she has cancer, her hair will fall anyway. So she shaved it, again and again. Not because it was needed, but because it made the lie look real. This was not care anymore. This was cruelty. As Gypsy grew older, something inside her started to change. She was no longer a small child. She had feelings. She had dreams. She wanted a normal life, like any other girl. She wanted friends. She wanted freedom. And yes, she wanted love. But her life was still locked inside that house, a world where she had no control. So Gypsy found her only escape, the internet. Late at night, in secret, she started exploring a world she had never seen before. A world where she could be normal. And that's when she met someone. His name was Nicholas Godejohn. At first, they were just strangers, talking, sharing small things. But slowly, those conversations became deeper, more personal.
And soon,
they became everything to each other. Gypsy trusted Nicholas. For the first time in her life, she told someone the truth about the lies, the control, the pain she lived with every day. Nicholas listened carefully, and the more he heard, the more angry he became. In his eyes, Gypsy was not just a girl, she was a victim, and the person responsible was her own mother. At first, Nicholas just wanted to protect her, but slowly, his thoughts became darker. He started telling Gypsy that this situation would never change, that her mother would never let her go. And then, he planted a dangerous idea in her mind. In June 2015, that plan became reality. Nicholas came to Gypsy's house late at night. Everything was quiet. Gypsy let him in. Her heart was racing. This was the moment that would change everything forever. In another room, Dee Dee was sleeping, unaware of what was about to happen. Nicholas walked slowly toward her room, and within minutes, it was over. The woman who controlled Gypsy's life was gone. After the murder, they didn't stay. They ran away together, thinking they were finally free. But freedom didn't last long, because of one mistake. A post appeared on Dee Dee's Facebook account. "That bitch is dead." People were shocked. Friends, neighbors, everyone. Police were called immediately, and soon they started connecting the dots. Police tracked the location and found Gypsy and Nicholas, but what they discovered next was something no one expected. Gypsy was walking. No wheelchair, no weakness, just a normal girl. In that moment, the entire story collapsed. The sick child, the caring mother, the years of sympathy. Everything was a lie. When the case went to court, it divided everyone. Some people saw Gypsy as a victim, a girl who suffered years of abuse, control, and fear. Others saw her as a criminal, someone who planned a murder. And the truth was, both sides were right. In the end, Gypsy Rose was sentenced to 10 years in prison. Nicholas Godejohn received life imprisonment. The court accepted the abuse, but could not ignore the crime. This case is not simple. It is not just about right or wrong. It is about a mother who created a false world, and a daughter who grew up trapped inside it. Gypsy never had a normal childhood. She never had freedom. She never had a choice, until she made one that changed everything. But was it really a choice, or was it the only escape she could see? This is a story where the victim became part of the crime, and the truth is still uncomfortable to accept. So now I ask you, what do you think? Was Gypsy Rose a victim, a criminal, or both?